Good morning, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to some more Link to the Past tournament action round of 64. This is game one of Magno versus Illus, an all German matchup. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Jinxie Girl. How you doing, Jinxie?
I am doing really good. Excited to see some inverted key sanity. How about you?
Yeah, I enjoy watching inverted key sanity. I don't know how much the runners like playing it, but we often get some weird situations coming up in these inverted keys modes, and I'm sure this one will be no exception. So it should be fun to see what the runners have to deal with today.
Yeah, it's definitely the entertainment mode, I feel like. And just looking, both players have the correct code, which was a problem we had yesterday. Gave me a minor cardiac situation, so it looks like we're good to go.
Yeah, always nice when you see the nice matching. We see the flute highlighted because we do have a flute start for this tournament. Does add a few interesting locations into the Sphere 1. But yeah, we're gonna get going. It's pretty darn soon.
That flute start is definitely something to kind of acknowledge because that does kind of change how you're going to be routing things. There we got our first
Ooh,
small key to
early
Castle
castle
Tower.
tower. Yeah, those castle tower keys not shuffled. So if you get both of them, that might be telling you something.
I appreciate that because in the other mode, you kind of know where the Castle Tower keys are and the Ganon's Tower big key, and I think it takes some of the fun out of key sanity. I know a lot of people like it like that, but I prefer brutal. I like it
I
when
don't
it's rough.
I don't mind the GT key being vanilla, but I really prefer to have the castle tower keys randomized. Okay, so we saw bombos for the Meyer entrance. We're not going to be able to go in there for a while. We don't even have a sword.
I
That
think
money
Meyer
will
shed
get
not
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they want to
not
do
that
the arrow
exciting,
game.
but
But if they
yeah,
want to do the
yeah.
arrow game, they get 20 rupees to get the money they need for dig game. So that's not so terrible.
The arrow
Um,
game is the bane of my existence, so it doesn't exist in my world.
what you really want to get there is bombs, so you can go straight to Hype Cave. But Magno gonna head into Thieves Town. Looks like Ill's also gonna head into Thieves Town. That's usually a nice early play. 4 items here we can get. And Thieves Town is a big reason why this is a Key Sandy mode and not a... Because originally they were going to go without Key Sandy, but what happens without Key Sandy is you get some of these really early in logic blind fights that, that's not a free fight when you don't have a sword and you don't have health and, I might have to do hammer blind. That was a second Castle Tower small, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, it was. That
Hello,
was our
Aga.
second. We were 1 minute and 40 seconds in, have both Aga one keys.
And we can't do it because we haven't need a sword to get to the back. And you're not going to do it without a lamp because wasting your time breaking Aga without a lamp is not usually a good idea unless you know that the lumberjack item is something you need. But we're up to $60 now, so we're getting closer and closer to that dig game. We do have enough for the chess game at least, and there's our sword.
That's at least that's kind for inverted. A sword,
Early
2
swords are
minutes in.
nice,
Yeah, yeah.
and we're both taking death warps pretty much simultaneously. Yes, looks like Magno's gonna head over to the chess game. You hope you get some money here. The first check ends up being money, but it does. Oh, Illus coming out
Illus got a little
ahead
bit
gets the
luckier.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magno only getting a single rupee. So Illus can actually just do the dig game now without having to deal with the arrows if he wants to. Magno still needs a little bit more.
I mean, at least we have some pretty easy access to some. Well, a stun item early on in inverted, I
Yes.
feel like is very nice to have, even if it's just one of the boomerangs.
Yeah, I mean, boomerang early in any mode I like because you don't have to spend the time to kill things. You can just stun them and go from there. Magno is going to try and get one of these 50-50 bombs. Gets one of them. Illus just going to go right by that area. I think Illus is just going to go ahead straight for the digging game.
Hey,
We
Berna.
get a blue cane. Okay, that's a nice item. It doesn't really progress anything.
Definitely makes the blind fight easier if you have to do that early in inverted. But like you pointed out, this is keys, so that's going to be a little bit less unlikely. But
Yeah,
always
with
nice
that,
to have in a pinch.
without half magic or a bottle to refill, it's still a really tough fight with the cane, if that's your only weapon.
Yeah, very, very true.
And Illus is going to end up with 10 more rupees than he started with, including the one that he dug up. Magno heading that direction as well, maybe going to do some arrow action. I still haven't seen any bombs. So one place you can be assured to get bombs, you want to do the Skullwoods checks. If you do the drop down, the one that you're intended to do to get to the big chest in a casual playthrough, has bomb pots there that you can grab. A little surprised he's not. I don't know if he maybe already checked it and we missed it, but a little surprised he's not checking that stun prize unless he already did it. Sometimes if that stun prize is money or bombs early, that's really nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it's just a single bomb, or at this point, just a single heart, you're in the dark world with 3 hearts. So any kind of advantage you can get for heart revival is definitely appreciated.
And Illus doing a strat I really like in inverted. What you do is you just drop down into that one place. You got 2 bomb pots, you got some magic pots. You can just keep refilling, taking a death warp, and you spawn right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a saving grace in inverted where you have that access to kind of farm those bombs and magic just to get a start, because it's not guaranteed. The game doesn't take into account money and or magic. Sometimes you are just praying for a small pot drop so you can check magic bat, which is where your progression is. I've been there.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, let's gonna do the middle checks now.
We have Magno heading over to Stumpy, seeing what he has for us today.
Small key to Ice Palace.
Kind of a convenience key.
Yeah, Ice Palace keys, you don't really need them. It's nice to have one. Logically, I think you need one, but not 2. Small key to Swamp Palace, that could matter. I mean, assuming Swamp's a crystal, that one will matter. Let's see, is Il's gonna walk out of here? Is he gonna steal? Okay, he's not stealing the key. I am not a fan of stealing this key early. I've seen too many. Oh, that's a Moon Pearl in Hype 3.
Nice.
I've seen too many people have to search out Skullwood small keys because they decided to steal the one here. Pod small.
Yeah, not
First
bad,
of many.
Not bad at all.
But yeah, that Moon Pearl, huge. I mean, Illus will get there. He's just going to do the Skullwood stuff first, and it's not light world access until we either need the same glove hammer combination, or a lamp to do Aga 1. And Magno just gonna buy bombs because he's got the money for it.
Okay, here's our first look at the mountain from Magno. Not too incredibly much we can do, but he can jump on that portal, and we can take a look at some light death mountain here.
Yeah, he can do a little bit. He could rescue the old man. I'm a little surprised he's not doing that first. It's not in logic, of course, without that lamp. With the sword, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it looks like Illus is going to head over and grab their Moon Pearl as well as their small key too. We're going to face those Lionels with 2 hearts.
Yeah, good luck. He's got bombs selected. He'll probably do a D boost from the bombs, but the bomb actually needs to explode for that to actually work. The idea being is you take only 1 heart of damage from the bomb and then you can use your iframes to get through the Lionels. Didn't quite work out for Magno there, and that's kind of the downside of that early flute. Is a couple of things it puts into logic. Pretty dangerous. The mire area is really dangerous with those murder-dactyls. Both runners navigated that just fine. But this part, even more dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Like you pointed out with the flute, it does make this, open and something that you can go and do. And so it's kind of like a trade-off, right? So you might not have to do the low percentage Thieves Town, but you also have to face 3 Lionels and walk across a bridge with 3 hearts. It's kind of which one is less gross.
And Magno without any magic pretty much no magic to use that blue cane. Illus with a little more magic, but he doesn't have the blue cane because he hasn't done the bombable hut. So between the 2 of them, yeah, he got the iframes from the fireball shot, which I think is only 2 hearts of damage. I say only. which you can use to get through. But then the timing just didn't work out. I think he was got it unexpectedly because he seemed to hesitate a little bit.
Yeah, I would say the first half an hour of an inverted keys is just a constant state of panic because everything can take you out in one hit.
Okay, let's see how Illus handles this. Yeah, he's going to take the 2 hearts of damage and doesn't quite... Okay, there we go. For a moment there, it looked like he wasn't quite going to get through, but then he managed to dodge those fireballs. Once you can get past them firing straight at you in a horizontal fashion, it's not too bad to dodge him, or not as bad to dodge him. I did not see that medallion. Chat saying ether.
It was. I thought it was Quake, but we can go with chat. Either way, we need 2 medallions to get into the 2 medallion required.
I mean, if we get mirror,
if
we get mirror, then the Turtle Rock medallion becomes irrelevant. We do have an ice rod in.
Yeah.
That's a nice to find. Good, you don't have to worry about it. Don't know if we need it yet. Yeah. Okay. So it was Quake.
I feel like that early ice rod, just because Turtle Rock becomes a lot more accessible than it does in other modes other than inverted. I feel like not having that ice rod hunt is even a little more prevalent here in inverted, just because you do have early access to Trinex. So, you might have to do a nice low percent kill of Trinex.
Yeah, I mean, we're still a ways away from Trinex. We need a big key, we need a fire rod, we need a cane of Samaria, and technically, logically speaking, we do need 4 small keys for Trinex to be in logic. But, if that's the thing that the game wants you to do, it's going to give you all those things, so...
We have Illus heading over to the pod area. Magno looking like they're going to take that dip into swamp here. Neither one choosing to do Old Man or check Spec Rock here, which,
you
can't really do much, but that is knowledge, I guess, and you were kind of right there in the area. But, hey, I'm not top 64, so...
Yeah, we're going to do this pod check early. We do have a few things in logic with that small key. So no reason not to do. We will open the front door unless Illus wants to do some sort of mimic clip and do some out of logic checks. But I think this early, it doesn't really matter. You don't really want to do the out of logic stuff or go that far out of your way. It's just so rarely that it pays off this early. Wait till you get that small key, and then you don't have to worry about opening that front door. Just do it.
Yeah, Magno grabbing that small key to Swamp Palace as well. Illus taking a look at Pod. A lot of 20 rupees so far have been found.
Yeah, I mean, money early was not a huge issue. This is going to be the last in logic check. If Illus wants to mimic clip, he can go a little bit further, but decides not to, just gets the bombs. Yeah, there's still in logic stuff to do. So, spending a ton of time mimic clipping, not, unless you can do it really quickly, maybe not the best thing to do. Magno's going to get his stuff out of Skull Woods. We're starting to run out of things, though. Frankly, we're probably just looking for that lamp. And it's probably sitting on the pyramid ledge.
Oh, yes, that is also accessible.
All right, Illus never did the bombable hut. He's got plenty of bombs to do and says, this is a quicker check than walking to the pyramid ledge. Unfortunately, he's just going to get a blue cane, not going to open up anything new for him. And probably going to have to, I think this may be our last location. I won't swear to it. These inverted seeds, there's a lot to them. Now, it doesn't have to be the lamp. It could be like a hook shot for Hook Shot Cave. Well, no, Hook Shot Cave not available yet because no.
Well, yeah,
no. We can get to it from the back if we have.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah, because we can go into the portal. Glove. No glove. Well, Hook Shot would get us. We don't need a glove to get to the light world. And then the hook shot would get us across, and we wouldn't need to open up the portals there. So a hook shot could open a few things. Magno looks like he's headed towards possibly Pod, possibly the pyramid. Glove would open up anything? I'm not sure the glove by itself opens up anything right now.
No, not that I can think of.
Oh, just catfish. And it's just
Oh,
a piece of
Topile
art.
pointing out the first
Yeah,
chest of
the
Aga
first chest of
Tower.
Agate Tower is in logic. Maybe it's our hook shot.
I feel like Illus thinks that as well, as we have Magno heading over to the pyramid. Might see that pod dip as well from Magno, just like Illus did. It's not going to really pay off for the knowledge we have now, but oh, the seed. The seed's already gross. 14 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean that's inverted.
Right? It's
inverted
always. You just have to go in knowing that it's going to be awful.
Yeah, and Magno's just not even going to bother picking up that piece of heart. Yeah, you really wanted to wait on this Castle Tower play, because with the way the seed is saying this is probably an Aga seed, you kind of want to be able to just do it when you just finish it. Magno can take a different approach. She's going to go ahead and rescue the old man. This is not in logic without the lamp, so we'll see if it gets him anything. It does give him the save quit spot, which is always nice. And Castle Tower.
I wonder if Illus is just going to go for it. It's just going to do Aga Tower in the dark with
not on
three hearts.
Not on 3 hearts green mail. No.
I would hope. Oh, there's the lamp.
But there's the lamp. So now we keep going, because now this is definitely an Aga seed. We've been suspecting it ever since that second Castle Tower small showed up, and we were right. 3 hearts. This is still no joke of a play though. 3 hearts green mail Aga Tower is not easy. Usually, even when we have just the green mail and the fighter sword in this, we'll have a cape, or we'll have a fire rod, or have something to help us through the dungeon. But no, not this time. Ice rod, I suppose we do have that. We have boomerang.
A little bit of Barna, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, none of this seems appealing to me. We still haven't had a map check from either runner. It's keys.
Have we gotten
Never mind. I know.
I don't think we've gotten a map yet.
I thought, it doesn't kill the blue archers. I thought Ice Rod killed them first hit, but not the archers.
Not blue. In fact, the blue guards are why in standard modes that the Ice Rod cannot be a starting item, because it will one-shot the green guards, but does not kill the blue ones.
That is very unfair.
And this is the last really difficult room. So if Illus can get through here, you should be fine.
That stun item is a single bomb.
Yeah, no longer super useful. It was for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Getting that look at Spec Rock. Okay, it's a bottle. That could be progression. Because Sick Kid could be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do still. It's not going to stop you from doing Aga. You still need to get into the light worlds that way.
Oh, absolutely.
And that fairy, if you have too many issues in Castle Tower, that fairy could bail you out. And Magno, I don't think has been in pod yet. He went to the pyramid ledge first, so he's going to go do that before heading into Castle Tower without a lamp.
So Magno did pyramid. He hasn't gone into pod yet.
Right. Yep.
I can't believe this is an Aga seed on 3 hearts. Oh my. Okay, we have chat guessing 6 blue balls, because of course it is. Anytime Aga 1 is required, it's like a maximum blue ball requirement.
Nah, only when I play.
Right, same. It must just be us. I believe that's the first one.
That's the
was
first.
Looking over to see Magno get in to pod.
So what was on Lumberjack Ledge? This is inverted. We have no idea. No way of knowing. I mean, when they get boots, they'll check it with the other boots check. There's really going to be no rush to find out what's there, honestly. Oh no, Magno forgetting that he had the fairy. See, this is why I hate fairies. I am much more likely to do what Magno just did and have the fairy revive me when I'm just trying to death warp than I am to have the fairy bail me out of anything. And now Magno not only messes up the Death Warp, but he also will not have that fairy for the Aga Tower play when he has to do it on 3 Hearts Green Mill.
There is 3 Hearts Green Mill Aga 1 down for Illus, splitting open the entire world.
Yeah, now he can do things.
We can do lots of the things. Starting with Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, I mean, you're right here. Might as well do it.
Yeah, no mirror.
Not in logic, because we don't have the small key, but, you know, the glove will get us access to the back, so it shouldn't be a problem. And Magno done with Pod. Not going to try a Mimiclip. Oh, the blue guards. It's the green guards that it doesn't kill.
Nice small key to Ganon's Tower there and escape. I like this early escape play. I feel like it has decided quite a few races because a lot of runners tend to avoid it and some runners go very early. So I really like kind of the knowledge of what's going on here in the escape sequence.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. Yeah, I misspoke. It was the green guards that the Ice Rod doesn't one-shot. So this green guard right here is why you can't have Ice Rod as a starting item in Standard, because he will not die. And Magno says, I only have one thing left to check, so I'm going to go there and hope I don't have to come back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Magno has exhausted all of his options at this point, so this is really kind of a last location situation. Probably he's figured out that lamp's going to be here.
There's nothing else logically available. Like I said, he could Mimiclip if he knows how to, but...
That's not going to save him from Aga.
Nope. I mean, it could be, I suppose it could be a hammer and a glove there, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
the map to escape.
Oh, it's so bad. A useless map in the furthest part. You're accustomed to seeing that map there because in non-keys modes, the map has to be in here somewhere. But to see it in a keys mode, that's annoying. And of course, with the lamp, the dark cross check is in logic, regardless of the key situation. So definitely want to do that.
We have Magno continuing their route up Aga Tower here. Doing pretty well. Making it to that blue archer room here to grab that small key. Illus continuing to dark cross. Still 3 Heart Green Mail, man.
I mean, now we're in the light world, so it's fine. At least in Illus's case, Magno he's still working his way up.
Boomerang coming in very good use here for our runners.
Yeah, it's like the only extra thing. I mean, they have the Ice Rod and the Blue Cane, but the Boomerang is the only thing that doesn't consume anything that you can use here.
Okay, an uncle check on Illus's side. What does our uncle have today? Ooh.
More red 20s.
Shocking.
A green 20. Oof.
Man, come on, game.
So escape not really paying out for Illus. But, you know, he doesn't have to worry about it ever again. He's going to take this little side route over to Kakariko Village. You don't see this route very often, but it's kind of a nice one in certain cross-key situations and this mode in particular.
It really is. It's like one of those passages that's really good to learn in modes like inverted and cross keys, as well as the whirlpools. Little things like that save time that typically you don't think of, but that's a nice quick route over towards like the sanctuary area in Kakariko.
It's like we maybe are getting a lumberjack check. I see no reason to check this right now because it's right here with the boots checks. You can just do it later and do it blind, but Illus says he wants to know. It is a small key.
What's
And
not
you know,
going to be the
especially
swamp small?
yeah, but especially in key sanity modes, when there's a really good chance you're going to get an item there that you just don't know if you need to get it or not, and that small key is one of those items. There's
Okay,
another small key.
starting to get some keys rolling in. Ooh,
Another pod small. We need one more of those to put more stuff in logic, though. Or a bow.
We have Aga down on Magno's side. Hey, there's the mushroom. Super convenient item in inverted.
Oh, mushroom is terrible in inverted.
Isn't it,
Just
though?
no good time to route that in.
There really isn't. It's like it's like that catfish check when you've checked everything else, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that thing that just looms back there.
No, without a glove, we haven't actually been able to do catfish, and that's the one thing you can kind of pair in. You could do like a cat, mushroom to catfish with the mirror to Zora area. Maybe. We'll see if that opportunity arises. Magno is going to do Uncle, but looks like maybe not going to do the escape checks, which would save him time since we know there's really nothing there.
Yeah, just that small to GT, and I really don't think that's going to be too important.
Yeah, I mean, with the GT big key not in Ganon's tower, typically you don't, unless you have to search for the big key in Ganon's tower, you don't actually need to go into Ganon's tower with any big keys. Sorry, one. Eastern big key will save us a triple dip. Could still end up with a double dip. Oh, never mind. Magno is going to do all the Hyrule Castle stuff. Not time to Death Warp yet, Magno. Small key to pod. Okay, we're starting to rack up those pod smalls. We got more things in logic. Maybe Magno's trying to stay in logic here. Doesn't want to do those extra checks right now.
Okay, pod keys are really racking up.
Yeah, we got 5. That's the number. That's kind of the magic number of. I mean, it's not the logical number, but the magic number for being able to full clear the dungeon and open the door is 5, as long as you can hammer jump. So really nice find there. Now, of course, we still need a big key. We still need a bow. We still need a hammer. So still a lot of things we can't do in pod, but that 5th pod small could mean there's something in there.
Magno making a very good play here because we know there's nothing good in the back of Escape. He doesn't know that, but we do, and we're going to get to see what's in the back there.
It depends on what his plans are. He's stealing the key. I generally really, really dislike this play. Now he might just reset if there's nothing here in the back, because he did take that. He did take a death, so he can reset this if this is nothing. But this is really slow and there's you're gonna find a glove somewhere at some point. If this is gonna be important, you're gonna find a glove or you're gonna find that small key. Ideally for him, his best case would be if there is a glove back here that is meant to be the glove, not the mitts. And he finds nothing, so not gonna reset. A little surprised.
I mean, Escape. At least the Dark Cross had that small to TR, which is going to be important.
Yeah, that's true.
For all intents and purposes. But, I mean, Escape really had nothing today.
Yeah, we're going to get one last check. This part of the route I do like, walking out of here instead of saving and quitting from the drop down. Because you're never going to start here like you normally would. Yeah, so the whole lot of nothing. And the highlight of Kakariko Village really is just those pod smalls.
Yeah. Well, the big key to Eastern, but again, we don't know if that's going to be super important. But yeah, our runners are definitely low percent right now for pod and Desert Bane are 5-6. So
yeah, not really surprised that pod's a crystal.
No,
all the
that actually
showing up.
makes it a lot nicer that pod's a crystal, because you are going to be more inclined to want to do that because of
Well, in some
Big
sense, you almost
keys.
rather be a pendant because then it's like, well, I'll just go there and open all the chests, and then I hope never to ever come back again. And now, if you go there and open all the chests, you're still missing 3 items to be able to finish it. And now you're talking about a triple dip since we've already been in there once. In the
Ooh,
meantime,
there's
Ills
boots
find
on
some
me.
boots, so that's really nice. It could be a while before Magno gets to that, because he's probably going to take a similar route through Kakariko and then come down south here. Ills also looks like he's going to check Lumberjack. I just don't see the reason to check this until you have boots, since the other boots checks are just right here.
Yeah, especially given that we know that the boots are pretty accessible.
Yeah, we've already killed Aga 1, so you're not trying to decide whether to kill Aga 1 or not. And again, you're just seeing, that with a very high possibility of it being just a key. Now unless you have all your keys before you get boots, you're just gonna pick it. You're just gonna pick it up anyway. And now chances are they will pick it up because both runners are gonna not know their key situation until they go back there and pick that key up.
Oh, here's something. So Magno has a bottle. Illus did not. So
Yes.
if Sick Kid has something important, it's going to be a while before Illus gets to that check, just because it's gross to get back there.
Yeah,
We do have a glove and a big key to Misery Mire there, and Mini Molder.
yeah, nice finds. This will probably be Ice Rod Cave for Illus. It does put Catfish in logic. If it puts Zora in logic. With boots, we could even do a water walk over to the Zora area, which is, kind of a nice little play you can do.
I feel like if you're going to Fake Flipper, now is the time to do it. While you have the boots, you can set up pretty easy, get all those checks out of the way while you're here. Hopefully you pull a mirror and then go ahead and do Catfish and your mushroom turn in.
Okay, we'll see if he sets up the water walk here. I'm not a huge fan of doing both the Zora area and the Man Under the Bridge, because they're just too far apart. We'll see what Ills decides. So he did set up the water walk, so he's going to do something. He doesn't quite have Zora money, which is, the kind of the annoying thing about this is when you don't have Zora money, it's the one thing that's in logic that is the one thing you can't do. We can check this island. It's just a bottle.
There's Magno grabbing their big key to Eastern Palace. Oh, Illus just short on money here for Zora.
Well, I mean, 75 is actually pretty short.
Yeah.
He could have farmed the rock south of the Ice Rod Cave, but that's 20. It's only 20, so... And Illus not going to check the ledge, although he can't get it, so, I mean, I guess you just keep it with the Zora check. Oh, he's going to take this whirlpool back to the Kakariko area. And probably just going to do these boost checks right now. That's nice use of that portal.
Yeah, definitely. Portals are very convenient for... Oh, gonna grab that small key from Lumberjack.
Yeah,
So
I mean, and
is.
this is exactly what I'm talking about. You the time you took to check this is basically lost time, because there's no reason not to just do this here anyway. Because you're gonna grab that small key. It's the small key to Hyrule Castle, which is completely useless. But hey, we had to kill Aga for Dark World, so it's not really that big a deal. Now for Magno, that might. For Illus, it's completely useless. For Magno, it might get him to do those front of escape checks, which just is going to be for him a time loss, which is unfortunate if he decides to follow that small key. Illus could follow that small key to the back of escape, but he doesn't need to now that he has the gloves.
Just a small to ice on Sick.
Yeah, if Illus never gets that small key to Ice Palace, he's really not going to miss it. So Illus is going to do this a little bit differently than you conventionally see. He's going to check this from the front, which tells me that maybe he's going to go back of escape and just save and quit out of there. And, maybe we'll see the pod play now that we've got so many keys. We do have Graveyard Ledge, which is made accessible with that ladder.
Yeah, Magno gave us a look at this. I believe it's just some arrows, but definitely makes Graveyard Ledge a lot less gross. Magno heading to the race game, probably going to head south to get over to mini Moldorm in the dam where he will pick up his boots. So that's kind of nice. Looks like we're going to get that mushroom turn in from Illus, doing a little bit of a kern jump here.
Nah, you don't have to current jump here. You just
Oh,
walk
that's
over
right.
the
There's
bridge.
a bridge. Inverted. Inverted.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, I assume
you could
one
if
could
you
current
wanted
jump.
to.
I doubt anyone's come up with a proper. Oh no, maybe not, because that edge is too far from the screen transition. I don't think you could. You'd have to do it from you'd have to do a fake flipper from a different location, like right here, which wouldn't make sense either. We are going to see this mushroom though. Let's see what it is. It is a small key. What small key is it?
Something.
It's a okay. Well, this is where you just hope that fake powder is never a thing that enters anyone's vocabulary, because you don't really care about that GT small key.
Right.
See, there's that fake flipper.
Oh no, Magno getting hit and having to save and quit. That's a very unfortunate area to get hit in.
Yeah, I mean, the one nice thing about Aga and Inverted, though, it just does make Light World access a lot easier. So he can just walk up here and get into the Light World from here.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna get that disappointing back of escape check from Illus. Magno heading back down. Don't know if they're going to abandon the mushroom here, but I mean, it's not really gonna hurt them too badly.
Yeah, at this point, he's done enough stuff that I'd have lost track whether I got anything that was important or not. So I don't think you reset here and take the chance that you lose a bunch of really good stuff, or even like even one really good thing. Yeah, and we're gonna follow those 5-pot smalls. This will be everything except big chest and possibly right side. Still doesn't have a bottle to do the potion camera unlock. Could still choose to mimic clip if that's in his skill set. I might be a little bit more inclined to mimic clip in this situation. I mean, we do still have progressive bows, so you could score a bow lock bow, and it could avoid we're already on double dip territory. If we could try to avoid a triple or even quadruple dip, that would be really good.
This is nice that you're not going to have to abandon the big key chest or the harmless hellway chest.
Yep.
You really don't have to make any kind of tough decisions here in pod. 5 keys, as long as you can do that hammer jump, you're going to be fine. You can full clear the entire dungeon with just 5 keys.
And so far, just 20 rupees behind that check in particular. The Dark Maze checks, the Harmless Hellway checks that you already mentioned. Those are all logically behind 6-pod small. So probably not going to find anything there. Although, the 6-pod small key is out there because this is a crystal dungeon. We do need to complete it. So it's got to be around. It's got to be available somewhere.
Magno grabbing their boots, going to get that heart piece off the dam. Probably not going to pick it up, but it's there if you want it. Gonna head over to Mini Moldorm where we do actually have our glove and our big key to Misery Mire. So that's going to be some value there. Grabbing some more information on Turtle Rock over in Pod as we head down.
We can find out if we can find out if that ice rod matters.
Oh look, a red rupee. We've seen so little of them.
Yeah, the seed's been relatively stingy with the progression items. This is definitely in Super Metroid, we have this notion of seeds being actually not even just logically, but part of the thing is, are they fast, slow, middle, really, very fast, very slow, and a few other random categories as well. This feels like a slow or really slow.
It really is
in terms of progression.
And even like safety items. Now, granted, we have a few more hearts now, but I mean,
we have a cane.
On fighter sort, you do.
We have a cane. We have blue cane. That is
not even
the
one that breaks the stinking game, right? We have the cane of lag.
It is a laggy item.
Oh my goodness!
More rupees.
Another red rupee. Well, we have Zora money on Illus's side now. Magno very close. Gonna pick up, I think, those extra. Oh my gosh!
Well,
Big key
okay,
bot.
we can at least open the big chest, which is behind 6 pod small keys, whether that big key is or not.
Come
And
on
there we
now.
go. Okay,
Nice.
so I'm thinking maybe that 6 pod small is sitting in at Zora. And we're gonna find out really soon because I think Magno's gonna do all the Zora checks. And Illus has not rescued the old man yet. For him, it's actually in logic because he's got the lamp. And there's still not a whole lot we can do over here without a hook shot to get us across. Don't think we saw this check from Illus either. We'll see what the man under the bridge has for us today. Just a container heart.
Just some love. There's a whole lot of blue on the trackers right now.
Yeah, chat talking about the the old man rescue is really, really slow. There's a notion that it's faster to do while you're holding an item. I think that's been debunked. But you could set up a portal with the mirror in order to not have to go all the way up into the light world, to walk all the way back down.
Magno not going to check what you can get by throwing your empty bottle in. It's not a big deal, but I like to know. I like the information.
I always forget. Oh yeah, I could have done that.
Cross keys, that kind of becomes a saving grace. So I feel like, oh, just a compass there on the Zora ledge. So that's not important. But
No,
the
not
scamfish
really.
is coming up. No save and quit from Illus, so I think he's
It is a
going
key.
to pick up that Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock small key.
You were very close. I'm still giving you points for that.
Well, that mirror, not going to be in logic till we find that 6 pod small. So I was really expecting something to make that a logical thing, but nope, not here. So God, where is that 6 pod small? Because that mirror was definitely the progression. But we still can't get over to, let's see, where, we haven't seen the desert area.
We didn't see Saha's hut yet either, have we?
Yeah, we haven't seen Eastern and Saha. We have the big key. So we do have things to do. So those 2 locations probably are our answers. There's going to be a pod small in one of them, probably.
Looks like Illus is not going to waste any time checking that sick kid, which I thought he would put it off for a while, but looks like he's heading over there right now.
I mean, there's no other reason to go here right now. I would have thought maybe you do this. I don't know when you do this. Maybe just doing it now is the right answer. You can't just flute here.
Small key to Ice Palace for Illus, as Magno about to grab their escape key here.
Yeah,
not great news for Magno because there is nothing back there.
Yeah, now it's in logic for him, and he went out of his way to not do it.
Okay, we're gonna get a Smith. That's not terrible. I mean, you're here. You've devoted the time to sick kid. Go ahead and do your Smith.
I think the play here may be to grab the Smith, and then walk the purple chest over to the guy, and then you can go over to the desert area, and it's more checks. I guess it's only one more. You can check the ledge. You can get 2 items in Agina's cave and at Checkerboard.
Okay, we're gonna get
And
that
plus you get the purple
Saha look
chest.
over here on Magno's side. I like this play a little bit better than the Kakariko and the Smith Chain play. Green pendant today is going to be in Hera.
Okay. So no reason to prioritize that area or that check. Not a whole lot back there.
Man, I thought it was going to be there.
I mean, we still have Eastern. It's 5 checks. 5 in logic things, and if there's a bow, we can even finish it. So I think that's where Magno's headed next.
I feel like given how this seed has already gone off, the bow is absolutely not going to be in there at this point. They are making they want double and triple
pod
dips.
big key in pod, so it could happen. This will be really big though if Illus pulls a bow from one of these checks that he's doing right now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you've already double dipped pod at this point and was not able to complete it, so you're kind of going to want to avoid going into Eastern Palace when all you need is that bow at this point.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're running out of things to do. We still don't have proper Light World access. Our Light World access is still only through the Aga portal. We do get a hammer on Magno's side, and Eastern is good.
And flippers on
and
Illus's
flippers
side.
on Illus' side. So the hammer gives us proper Light World access. That's nice. Those flippers puts all the Zora stuff in logic, but we know there's nothing. I mean, just a Turtle Rock Small is the only thing we got out of that area. So Eastern probably going to be, I mean, that hammer is, let's see, what is that? Hammer opens hammer pegs. We have the mirror. Now, between the two of them, we have hammer pegs. Let's see, that also, I don't think that gets him any further on the mountain. The way the terrain changes doesn't give you access like that.
Yeah, I think Magno's going to have an easier time routing and transversing at this point with that hammer. But that mirror is pretty big.
There's the 6 pod small. There we go. And Illus says, you know what? I have swamp access. I'm just going to go in here and do that now. No hook shot, hookless swamp, but if he gets a bow out of this, that'd be big. It gets a hook shot out of this. He can finish the dungeon.
I feel like Magno pulling that 6 pod small, that's going to be his next play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got to go into pod next. Unfortunately, without the mirror, it doesn't get to do it the easy way. Illus getting bodied by those. Okay, but they give him a fairy. Okay, we do have a Turtle Rock. That's our third collective Turtle Rock Small. And 3 is going to be plenty because the mirror. Big key to Skullwoods. No hammer, he can't go any further. Skullwood's big key is not the one you want to find. Okay, let's see where Magno decides to go next. Illus going to follow the flippers the rest of the way. Not going to get anything out of this, unfortunately. He is going to do catfish while he's here, so that's at least an extra check.
Magno hover?
We got 1 check in logic. I don't think so.
Okay, big key to Turtle Rock.
Okay.
So kind of those 2 key heavy dungeon. Oh, there's Fire Rod.
Okay,
Nice.
Fire Rod's nice. We definitely need that.
Yeah, Pot and Turtle Rock, those keys popping up pretty early. 2 dungeons that are kind of key heavy. You always have to make that decision if you're going to kind of ignore that lava chest, pretend it doesn't exist. Of course, inverted definitely
we don't care.
The routing of TR kind of strange and tricky anyway, but if you're going in regards to logic, it definitely helps you kind of know maybe there's something important up there.
Yeah, as long as we have the mirror, then we don't need... really, I think you can get away with just 1 if you route it correctly. Really, you'd want 2 to be able to do everything. 3 is kind of a luxury, and 4 is like, wow, I don't need that. Magno heading back to Skullwoods. Looks like he's gonna finish this. Little unfortunate, because he doesn't have the big key, and if there's something in that big chest, Illus, when he comes back to this, will be able to check it, and Magno will not. But it is a clearable dungeon. We don't know if it's crystal. With one pod small key, with one Skullwood small key, Moth not even in logic yet.
I believe this will be the second Skullwood's key for Illus. I think.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, I
was
see one on the
Skullwood's.
tracker, so he had got one elsewhere. I just don't remember where. Yeah, Ill's gonna. Magno gonna switch to the lamp because he's running out of magic here. I did see that he has a green bottle, so you can, if he likes fire rod strats, you can use the fire rod and refill it with the green.
Doesn't have to kill that Gibno. Already cleared out the front of Skullwoods. Sans the big chest, but we'll probably come across that key pretty soon and be a little salty about that one. Also has the hammer.
I mean, he's just not gonna check it anytime soon. So it's only relevant.
Forever.
It's only relevant if there's an item that we need there. In which case, it'll be advantage Illus when he goes there.
There's that hammer for Illus.
Yeah, probably not too happy since he was just in Swamp Palace, but then again, maybe he doesn't have to go back there until he has a hook shot, so that could save him a little bit. There's Moth down for Magno.
Oh,
and a big key to Desert.
That's
crystal.
Interesting. So inverted, we need that book to get into Desert. So
yes,
that big key isn't going to help us right at the moment.
That big key does absolutely nothing right now.
Yeah.
But we need it. Well, we don't know that we need it, but if we do need it, we have it. Magno going to head back in. We're going to find out what's here under the bridge.
Ooh, a shield.
Yay. Ill's getting that 6 pod small. He doesn't care about it because he's already done the rest of the dungeon except the Bollock stuff. And Magno going to head over to the Zora area and clean up. I guess he's just going to need to do Catfish. He's already done the rest of these checks.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to head to Pod after this. I mean, I feel like he doesn't have that many more options.
Yeah, 6 pod smalls. Should be calling to you. Mirror is pretty important. Not that he knows that that's what he's getting. Okay, Ill's done with Eastern. Mirror's out.
Oh.
And get a mirror.
Nice palace play.
Right, with the fire rod, he's got that option.
Oh no.
Hammer. Yeah. This is. Okay, so we don't have the big key, so it's not in logic to finish the dungeon. We can't tell whether it's a pendant or a crystal. So we'll see if Magno decides to finish this dungeon. We'll doesn't even have Canis Amaria to make it faster. I don't like this before Pod. I guess.
I don't like this anytime.
Yeah, with 6 pod smalls available to you. Yeah, I would really be betting on Pod right here. You don't have any of the good items to make this dungeon better. You don't even have a hook shot. You don't even have that master sword that Illus just found in Spike
Cave.
We do get a big key. Oh, okay. Well, now it's in logic.
Oh my
Yay!
gosh.
Now
This
you're
is
almost obligated to finish it. Magno does have it. I do think he's got a green bottle in his inventory, so at least he can refill his magic and make the cold stare fight a little bit better. Illus heading back to the light world in the swamp area. Is he gonna go back in with that hammer? Not much like that either. I'm feeling like Laser Bridge, and I got hammer and a glove to get over there.
yeah. That's a lot of checks. I mean, I'm assuming they're waiting for Samaria, but I mean, we've already committed to double and triple dipping every single dungeon we've logged
Yeah,
into
I
at this
know.
point.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, we're gonna have this is almost a. I'm guessing it's gonna be a hard required. Well, not a hard required triple dip pod, but only because we didn't need to go in there in the early game. So virtually required triple dip pod. Magno doing a bomb jump says he's going to try and finish this dungeon. It's going to be a tough fight though. Illus is going back into swamp. We're now probably committing to a triple dip swamp because we don't have a hook shot.
Hookless left side. Let's go.
I mean, at least you don't have to make the decision on whether to go left side. You don't have a hook shot. It's your only choice. If you're going in, you're going there.
Yeah, you've committed. You have brought this on yourself.
Okay, Magno setting up the bombs right for the pen gears, but what you really want to do is after you drop the one on the bottom, is you want to bonk off the wall there, since you have boots to do it, and that way you don't actually take a hit from the pen gators there.
At least having a small keyed ice palace makes not having Samaria in it slightly less obnoxious because you can just open that door and go through. But oh, hey, there's another
there's a sword. So that makes Magno's cold stare fight a lot better. It was probably not gonna miss that though.
Hey, it's a crystal.
Yeah, it's a crystal. We just got a map, so Magno's gonna feel pretty obligated to finish this up now.
I mean, it'll be a single dip as long as the fight goes well.
Yeah.
There's the fourth.
Yeah, there's all our Critter Rock small keys. So Ice Palace was some nice value, but still, I still feel like Pod with all its stuff. Of course, we're real biased. We know that there's a mirror in there, but Ice Palace, at least it will be a crystal. We get a sword out of it. I guess the sword is the kind of the highlight, and not having to abandon the big chest.
Yeah.
And Illus over to the left side. We can't do diver down here without a hook shot to get the small key. We can't do both sides. You have to walk around and do these one side at a time. There's no time save. And 20 rupees.
Oh,
and there's the hook shot. Wow. Okay, so now we have some true value sitting there in Ice Palace. Illus can't go there yet until he goes up to the mountain to get his fire rod.
It's not just me, right? Every time one of the runners is doing something, the other one finds the item they need, right?
I mean,
this has
that
happened like
happens.
6 times.
It happens. I mean, it's a thing that happens in Rando. And nothing in the swamp checks for Illus. So I think, I'm not sure what else he has, but, he's got to be pushed to that mountain pretty soon.
So that's going to be a single dip for Swamp Palace, in theory, for Magno, having done Ice Palace.
In theory. I mean, there's still the outstanding Skull
Oh, no!
Swamp Big Key. Yeah, no, and he lost that ferry a long time ago, so that's going to be a death. I don't think you go back in there and do this right now. I mean, it's not going to be any faster to do it now than to do it later, so I think you're going to see him do something else for now. Still
But yeah,
missing that
that hook
mirror out of
shot.
pod, though. That hook shot does open things.
Yeah, yeah, and that's gonna keep him away from pod. Although, if he pulls a bow here,
That'd be
he's
pretty
clearing
big.
the entire thing, and that's definitely a good choice. Ultima bow on cold stare.
Yeah,
That
now the
is
really hard
mean.
part is, yeah, chat, I mean, he won't be able to do this. He may be waiting for that pod big key to go back in as well, and guess what? You're not getting it until you go into pod. First, we get to see the rest of Hookshot Cave. Big key to Thieves Town.
Oh, that's gonna take him farther away. If he's gonna do that without the
Captain
small
Skull
key.
Woods. And Blue Mail. Hey, that would have made Ice Palace safer. Oh, Ill's gonna do this big chest. Before heading up the mountain. Just bombs. And head back to village for something?
Hammer pig.
Simultaneous mirror or light world entries there.
This certainly isn't a play all the way back here for hammer pigs, right?
I mean, it could be. I mean, he doesn't have that much on the mountain right now.
That's true. That is very true, because that fire rod is just is the only thing. Oh,
He
you're
needs,
right.
yeah, he needs to get that fire rod. I always forget whether it's a mitt or a glove that opens up the Turtle Rock portal from Inverted. We are going to get hammer pigs here.
Another small to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, we don't need those, game. We have not seen the GT big key. That could still be sitting there in Ganon's Tower, so that would be the only thing that would make Ganon's Tower small key significant. Okay, let's done with hammer pegs. Where are we going? Okay. Finally saying, you know what? I've done everything else. Let's see what's on the mountain.
I mean, I feel like you have to. If you're going to commit to going all the way down to hammer pigs for a single check, you're going to commit to going all the way to Hookshot Cave for a single check.
Oh, that's what he's got right now. Gonna have to be careful. Like, you've got more hearts available, but only 2.5 right now to get by these Lionels. But he does have the blue cane, pulls it out. Yeah, that's really smart. Burns red briefly, but unfortunately, it won't actually do what the red cane does.
There's that fire rod.
Rod.
And the small key on floating island is 2 skull woods.
We're gonna get some hover attempts.
Oh no, Magno is being stopped there by a dead rock. And
Dead rocks are annoying.
Cave here. Unfortunately, without that mirror.
All right, there's that hover. Ill's gonna get some blue mail. That'll make his ice palace a little bit nicer when he does it.
Yeah, so this chest up here is that big key to Thieves Town. So definitely want to get this one. Hopefully. No. Unfortunately.
He could try it one more time. I mean, but if he fails, he would die. So if he has other things he wants to do off of this.
Poor Magno and those dead rocks. That's like the 3rd one that's attacked him.
Might actually be good for Ill, so he doesn't get that Thieves Town big key. The bad part is it's a lot harder to go back to Hookshot Cave for 1 item than it is to go back to Hookshot Cave for 3. So if Thieves Town does turn out to be a crystal and that Thieves Town big key is required, It might be a while before he does Hookshot Cave again. He is going to be in the area for it, so it's not like it's completely out of the way, but it is not necessarily the thing you're going to rush back to. And Magno going to give us a look at Green Pendant Hera. Not a huge fan of this because it's not in logic because we don't have the big key. If we're going to finish it for the Green Pendant, we're going to have to do a Hera pot, which is fine. Like, doing the Hera pot is pretty easy for most runners these days, but you're still doing it. You're doing an out of logic check instead of doing, an in logic check for a bunch of items in pod. Illus, meanwhile, is going to go take care of Moth.
And he might be death warps here to refill those hearts before going to the back.
Yeah, I think so. Because 1.5 hearts Moth, not exactly ideal. I'm pretty certain he still has the fairy. Yeah, no big key, Magno, so you're not getting that item. But you can get this item.
I would have died if it were the big key to Hera.
It can't be,
but it would have just been really funny. I was forgetting they had that fairy?
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. As both runners having the fairy effect. A little unfortunate because that fairy would have been nice to have for the Moth fight. But on Blue Mail, he should be fine. He's got a Master Sword.
Oh, that Maldorm fight getting a little hairy. Yep. That's unfortunate. So far, Illus has double dipped every single dungeon that he has walked into.
Yeah, and some of them you kind of just expect.
Yeah, like pod.
But inverted keys with the flute, you're gonna be double dipping. He's gonna be triple dipping swamp, which is unfortunate. But if he goes into ice, or when he goes into ice, he won't be.
Big key on
won't be triple dipping that.
To GT.
Oh well, that is a thing we need. But guess what? It does nothing for us right now. There's absolutely nothing for us right now. So, yeah, I mean, Illus will probably run into the Tower of Hera's big key at some point. Would point him there. And if there's something in the big chest, that'll be pretty big as well. We do get, yeah, that's right. We got the Desert Palace big key, which also still does nothing for us now because we need a book to get into desert. Granted, we might never get that book, that Desert Unknown, whether it's a pendant or a crystal. Yeah, you hope for Illus's sake that he doesn't leave that for his go mode item, because that's definitely I'm going to full clear GT basement looking for the big key before going up there if it is. If you're still looking for other items, a green pendant Hera with 5 items that you can get, 6 if you get the small key, would be pretty tempting. Looks like Illus is going to buy a blue potion here. This shop,
I think that edition.
Yeah, I believe it's like I guess it's a shop in regular, but that is a nice addition because the potion shop is in such a bad location in this mode. So having an additional place where you can buy a blue potion makes a lot of sense.
Desert is our 5/6.
Oh, then we do need that big key. Still doesn't progress us right now.
Bo's grabbing that sneaky blue potion, which I think is a red in the vanilla game, but that was a very nice addition that Vitor made for us because this mode is hostile.
Yeah, Illus did check the bomb hut to get the information about the 5/6 crystals. Magno has not done that. Yeah, so though both of them doing this bomb strat in here kind of the same way, in both cases, not quite what you want to do. What you want to do is you want to place a bomb to the right, and then place a second bomb to the right and throw it to the left, just like they both did. If you do that, then it's going to get all of the pen gators on the first try.
Magno going back to finish ice before going to pod. Now, if that bow is on cold stare, that's a good thing.
Yeah, he just doesn't want... I mean, I get it. You don't have the big key. You don't have the bow. You don't really want to have to go back into that dungeon. But it's still such an item-dense location. And still only on the Master Sword. Illus is going to be on Tempered by the time he gets to Cold Stare, so he's going to have an easier fight. Ah. I can't tell if he just missed the bomb jump or if he got hit by the fire rod. Or the fire bar, not the fire rod. And got knocked off. My standard PSA, always, you still need to learn Ice Pal's bomb jump. Because you don't always have the cane available for this dungeon.
With the way Magno is routing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Thieves Town versus Pod.
Well, Thieves Town is finishable, but it's also not in logic. But I mean, he did Green Pendant Hera before Thieves Town, which actually is an interesting point as well, because we knew that Hera was going to be a pendant, and we don't know Thieves Town. So interesting that he chose the guaranteed pendant over the possible crystal.
Yeah.
And neither one being in logic to finish. Now, Magno's going to get to this fight a lot faster because he has already cleared the rest of this dungeon. And there's Illus with his Tempered.
Yeah, Magno having a very smooth stair clip there in Ice Palace is definitely something. It was very nice. Our stun item is a bomb, so they're probably not worrying too much about bombs at the moment.
Illus gets that 4th Turtle Rock Spall key. Gonna get his hook shot shortly.
Man, Cold Stare is aggressive today.
Yeah, and Magno out of magic, can't use any more fire rod shots. He's gonna have to use just that Master Sword, but it is a Master Sword, and that, the Master Sword here just makes a huge difference.
Oh, that got a little dicey there, but oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, maybe he finally goes to Pod.
Who called that in chat? I forget who it was. Who cursed these runners? Because you need to, yeah. It was Ultima. We need, it's like a mandatory jail sentence.
I don't know. I mean, I think it worked out pretty well for Magno, having not actually gotten into Pod yet. He's gonna go, looks like he is gonna go, well, he's at least gonna do Eastern first, and then probably Pod afterwards.
I can't believe that. Wow.
Illus about to head into his Cold Stare fight. Now, it should be a little bit easier for him since he does have the Temper Sword. Oh, he hasn't done Iced Tea yet. Wait. Yes, you've got 7 out of 8 items. What are you doing?
Is he getting
he's gonna get a fairy. He's gonna get a fairy.
I like that. Play smarter, not harder.
Well, one of the significant things about grabbing one of these fairies is he may not have to refill off his bottle.
We don't have the bug net.
No, he wanted to refill.
Yeah.
And it's not just a matter of having the health to go in, because if you just go in like this, you're gonna have to use your bottle. You're gonna end up with a full health anyway. But now he can also save some magic by doing the sword beam dupe. And could still have a half bar magic if he does this well enough. Yeah. Oh. Okay, you went out of your way to get sword beams and you don't even use them. Come on, Illus.
Wait a minute, let me take a look here. So, we are missing flippers, which Magno is about to pick up. If Misery Mire is a pendant, all we need is the book for Magno to be in go mode.
Okay, so Magno's not anywhere near the flippers. The flippers were over in the desert area?
Oh, checkerboard. That's right. I don't know why I thought flippers were in Pod. No, it's
he's going to get a mirror.
That's right.
He's going to get a mirror. We don't even know whether Eastern is a pendant or a crystal, but we're going to find out shortly. Magno's big advantage is that Ganon's Tower big key. That could absolutely wreck Illus if he never finds another reason to go up and do Hera. I mean, the big key's going to show up, but that's not necessarily enough to say, hey, come here and do this check for this one item that does nothing until the end of the game.
Yeah, well, Hookshot is going to give him the incentive to kind of go up there and do stuff.
No,
oh,
he's got
Samaria too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things. And we're going to get the last few items in Pod.
He's definitely going to do Pod and Eastern Palace first. But he does have incentive to go up there. He's not going to have the big key to Thieves Town, so he's not going to be doing that. We don't have
there's a pendant in Eastern. Thanks, game.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay, so we don't know. Yeah, we still don't know. We don't have enough information to say what the last pendant or crystal is. Or crystals. We still don't know. We don't know Swamp. We don't know Thieves Town. We don't know Mire. We don't know Turtle Rock. It's a lot we don't know. Magno's still not going into Pod. Wait, because he can't mirror. But still not going into Pod.
And doesn't have the big key.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if he's going to wait for the big key, he's going to be waiting for a long time. Okay, there we go. This is the Pod play.
We do not know where Samaria is. That is another thing we're probably going to need. I was getting ahead of myself there.
Yeah, I mean, there is a... Let's see. Yeah, we're definitely going to need Samaria because we know one of, if not both, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are going to be crystals. Since we know 2 pendants. So Samaria definitely going to be required. Yeah, it's It's hard when you just don't know what your go mode locations are. And we do need a book. Desert is one of those red crystals.
Yeah, I absolutely need a book. Just over Trinex Hamster.
Illus is going to get his what was it? Oh yeah, Bombos was here. Gonna get that blue pendant that we all wanted to see.
Well, that opens up Samaria-less Mire.
Yeah. I mean, it's 6 items. Illus gonna head straight into Pod, and he's gonna finish Pod before Magno does, because Magno's gonna clear this, and Illus just has the Bollock checks to do.
Yeah, it's like that trade-off of Magno being able to go through ice faster and Illus being able to go through Pod faster.
Yeah, and this might be with that hookshot. I could see Illus doing a whole bunch of mountain stuff after this, including lots of things in Turtle Rock. And nothing in the back here, it looks like.
Nope, just a fire shield. Oh, he just made that bomb.
Yeah. And Alison in chat making the point that the biggest risk for Illus is essentially if he ends up in GT Big Key Go mode. That's really bad for him if that's the case. He needs to find the Hera. I think the only thing that takes him there is probably the Hera Big Key. He's got too many other things to do.
I think he's hammer jumping there because he doesn't have the mirror as of yet. So is
I wasn't on that. I was just with Illus trying to figure out what's going to get him to Tower of Hera. But
I was answering Alazun.
Okay. But yeah, he could have looped around. There's that mirror. Yeah, it's not a bad route to go ahead and hammer jump there and come out the back. So that's probably what he was thinking. Unfortunately, that mirror being where it is, not useful to him because he still has to do these other locations.
Needs to be careful now, down to 1 heart. I mean, not terribly hard to get back there, but you don't want to do it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because he could have saved and he could have been planning to save and quit out. It would be another way to do it, but you know, with all 6 small keys, probably just wanted to do it this way. And just a heart container on Helmasaur, but we do get another crystal. That's 3 for Illus. And Magno with very little health is going to go ahead and Death Warp out of here instead of mirroring, so he can get some hearts back.
Okay, Turtle Rock is a crystal. So is Thieves Town.
Oh, are we headed back to Swamp?
Oh.
Okay. Well, if he gets the hair big key in the back here, and we don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal. Now, where was that Turtle Rock big key that Magno has and Illus does not?
They both have Turtle Rock Big Key.
No, I'm sorry, I meant Thieves Town.
Oh, it was in Hookshot Cave.
Okay. So Illus should run it. Oh, right. That's the other issue, is he hovered 2 out of the 3 hook chests in Hookshot Cave. Good chance he will be enough in that area when he decides to finally go back to the mountain. But he's going to need to do that at some point. So this will be the 3rd and final time Illus goes into Swamp.
Well, unless they find the big key in something important.
Yeah, okay. Well, big key notwithstanding.
Which, I mean, let's face it, it's probably in the dungeon, the big key. They've all pretty much...
For Swamp, no. So the Swamp big key is just a big fetch quest. It could be in GT.
Oh, wait, no, it's in Skull Woods, isn't it? Or the
no. We have not found. Yeah, the Swamp Small was early on. Now, interestingly enough, if this is a pendant, and if the Tower of Hera big key were in here, even if it isn't, it might incentivize Illus a little more to do Hera, because it does give him the extra ped check. Without the book, we have no idea what's there. And since we know Hera's going to go into logic somehow. Actually, I take that back. Hera is going to go into logic somehow, but what the seed could do, and it's a really nasty thing that can happen here, there's no guarantee that Tower of Hera big key isn't somewhere in GT.
I was just thinking that as you were saying that. I was like, what if?
Yeah, it is that can happen. And progression for pendants can always be in Ganon's Tower. So far, nothing new in Swamp. He's doing a nice job on his Argus fight. And we are going to get Thieves Town from Magno. Now that we know that this is definitely a crystal dungeon, makes a lot of sense to do it. And there's Kane of Samaria in Swamp Palace.
Nice.
And it's a crystal, so required. Yeah, so Ill's probably headed up to the mountain again for Turtle Rock, I would think. So does that tell us that Turtle Rock is a pendant? It does.
Illus did a map check. Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Is it? Okay, wait, never mind. So it's Misery Mire. Misery Mire is our last pendant. So yeah, Ill's gonna head up and do all these mountain checks. Yeah. That is a GT Big Key. No, we still need a book. It's not GT Big Key mode yet. And Illus still needs the Thieves Town big as well. Okay, first new check in Thieves Town coming up on Magno's side. Just a piece of heart. Or heart. No, we already know this. We've already seen these. There's another Ganon's Tower small. Also, when you get a bunch of Ganon's Tower smalls to be able to full clear the basement, it just looks even better that the GT Big Key is just going to be there. Essentially, what Illus needs to happen is he needs the Hera Big Key to show up, but not the book amongst all these checks that he's going to do. He also needs to remember that he has that last chest in Hookshot Cave.
The book being in Hera Big Chest would be a very good save for Illus.
Oh, yeah, a book in Hera Big Chest would be great for Illus and horrible for Magno. Because he's never going back there. Unless Illus just unless Illus just leaves Hera with that book, which, you know, he could do. And have we seen that? No, I don't think we've seen the green pendant turning.
No. Oh, he almost...
No,
he was doing it.
No, he was just resetting the dead rock.
Yeah. I got excited for a second.
Gold small key, yay. We don't care about those anymore. Yeah, the Illus needs the book to be like in the worst place possible. The chat favorite book on Ped would be really good for Illus.
Thieves Town being junk.
Yeah, if Illus finds the Thieves Town small, and there's something in the Thieves Town big, that could be important too. So to update, to recap, Illus is missing the Ganon's Tower Big Key, which is on an Autologic Moldorm kill. He's also missing the Thieves Town Big, which is in the last chest of Hook. Well, actually, it's technically the second chest of Hookshot Cave. Illus hovered the other two, and we are both runners are missing the book. Magno needs to get over to Swamp Palace to get his Canis Amaria on Argus. But before he can do that, he needs to get his flippers over in Checkerboard Cave, and he, of course, also needs a book. A book would be no mode for us.
Illus not going to have to make that decision on whether or not to leave the lava chest. He's going to be able to check it as we
again with Mirror, you don't need 4 keys to do this. It's just logically speaking. Knowing that it's in logic makes it less annoying to check. Like he doesn't even need that pokey key because of the way the dungeon lines up. Because he can just do everything from the bottom up. And Magno hasn't done the Smith chain at all, so he might do this into the desert area and might get those flippers. Illus made this play quite a while ago. There's a cape. And it looks like Illus is just going to stop there for now. Probably going to loop back around and end up on Laser Bridge. Then he could do the front of Turtle Rock, which is a play I really like after beating the dungeon, because you can just go right back in. He's gonna get that Thieves Town small key. Or sorry, the Thieves Town big key. There it is.
Now there is a chance, a bet a small one, that Illus beats Trinex, checks the front of TR, and goes straight to Hera.
If he doesn't get progression, it would be a very reasonable play. And if he does get a Hera big key, it's a very, very reasonable play. Like it actually turns out to be a pretty good choice. Powder. So far we haven't seen much in Turtle Rock, which it's not really surprising just because we're kind of out of good stuff to get. Let's see if he does. Not doing Crystal Roller. No, I guess he's already done Crystal Roller because he's got 8 out of 10 items checked. And the ones left would be the 3 in the front and the Trinex item.
Yeah, the nail in the coffin would be if Trinex drops the book here.
If he gets a book, then he's
bad.
out. He's not going to Hera if he gets a book here. Magno is about to get flippers, so he'll be able to do Swamp Palace.
I'm just like holding my breath, waiting to see what Trinex is going to drop here.
And there it is.
Oh my god.
Well, okay.
I'm just going to quit talking because I'm cursing these people.
Illus is going to go do desert. He's going to go full clear GT, and then he's going to, he's going to full clear desert. He's going to, no, he might not even, he'll full clear Thieves Town because like everything's on path anyway, except of course he's going to go back in here. Still looking for that GT big key, but I don't see him going to Hera right now. I just don't see it. I mean, of course, we know the items there, but there's no justification for Illus to do it.
There really isn't.
Frankly, I'm surprised he's even doing these checks. If he had, again, if the Hera big key were, even with the Hera big key, I don't think I'd be going over there to do the out of logic or even the in logic check. It's just, you've got 3 items they're gonna be on path in Thieves Town. You can do desert, your last crystal. You have 22 items to check in GT basement. And at this point you're thinking, yeah, it's just gonna be in GT and I'm just gonna go there. Small key desert is good in not really. I mean, it's 2 extra checks that you could do that will keep him further away from going to where he needs to go.
I don't know what Discord notifications chat is talking about.
I think you have your notifications coming through.
I don't have any notifications on Discord, so
okay.
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
Okay, so Illus heading into Thieves Town. We know there's nothing here. Magno heading into Swamp. The question is, can Illus do the things that he needs to do fast enough that he still has time to go find a GT big key after full clearing the basement? Now, Magno's still on Master Sword, so that's going to buy Illus a little extra time, especially if silvers don't show up. Now, Magno is going to do left side first. I mean, he's 2 items from go mode, so okay, but I hate left side swamp, so a little biased. We also know there's nothing here. So every extra little check that Magno does gives Illus a little extra time to figure out that GT big key. The real problem here, I saw someone mention it in chat earlier, if the Hera big key shows up in GT, and it could, it's harder to say, well, let's go check let's go check Hera for my GT big key, because it's not right there like it is in a non-inverted seed. I mean, I don't know that, I see chat saying it'll be his first check after a GT, and I don't know that I see it. Depends on what else he skips on the way there. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot left. But it's also in a very horrible spot compared to where you're starting from. Yeah, and chat also, another person in Zelga in chat pointing out that, yeah, we got Misery Mire as well. And it's, it's full clearable. So that's 8 items versus see, 1, 2, 3, 4 items in Hera, 2 of which aren't even logic. Although at this point, you don't really care about that because GT Big Key can be... The only way think the GT Big Key can't be behind is those 4 checks and the big chest. So there's 5 locations in GT.
Yeah, that is just an extremely unfortunate location for that big key.
I mean, unfortunate for Illus and really lucky for Magno.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's Thieves Town down for Illus. And now I'm gonna head over to Desert. Now, without mitts, this is still going to be the fastest way to get over there. Unfortunately, mitts are weird and inverted since they only hard lock King's Tomb. There's some other locations that are negotiable between whether you need mitts or mirror. And unfortunately, because we don't have mitts, fluting to 6 and picking up the rock, not going to happen. Illus is going to check, we're going to see, yeah, I mean, it's on the path to Desert. It makes a lot of sense. I think he'll actually clear Desert. Give him one less thing to go back to. And there's Canis Mario for Magno, and I see no reason why he's not just going to head straight to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and if they go straight to Trinex, then that's go mode.
Yeah, I mean, you in Magno's case, you maybe do the laser bridge checks on your way, but I think at go -1, it makes a lot of sense to just go straight to Trinex, and then assess from there. Whereas Illus was go -2, he was still looking for the GT Big Key and the book. Honestly, I think Illus's best chance is if he finds the Hera Big Key in GT, and that gets him to think, I need to go check Hera. Because if it's Meyer, I've probably lost.
Yeah, but you can't just mirror.
No, of course
GT
not.
To Hera, so
no, of course not.
Doesn't even
that's the whole that's the whole issue I've been talking about. You got Misery Meyer with 8 items, and it's the unconventional play. It's the hey, GT is locking this big key. My opponent was probably already done Meyer because it's the easier thing, so I'm gonna go do Hera, and do the less conventional thing. But that's a lot of what ifs, a lot of hard asks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Magno going straight to... Let's see if he even does Laser Bridge. Yeah, he's going to do Laser Bridge. I mean, if nothing else, he'd like a sword. Nope, he's not going to do Laser Bridge. Or is he? Okay, there... Magno, you're confusing me. There we go. Trying to remember where that sword was that Illus has that Magno doesn't. So we got one really early, and then we had one in Ice Palace.
Spike Cave.
Spike Cave, right. Alright, Illus about to be in the Landmo fight.
And I'm not sure if the Discord notifications was when I would mute and unmute when I was talking, so I shut that off. So hopefully chat is
I haven't.
If that's what it was.
Yeah, I haven't heard it since you did that, so that's probably what it was.
That's so strange. It's never come across a stream before, so I don't know why it would start doing that, but sorry, chat, for the entire time.
And just a heart container there on Landmo, and Illus Let's see if he does any other checks here before heading to GT, but there's not a whole lot left. You'll sometimes see the runners will do the big bomb check on the way over. That is a choice you could make. So we'll see if he does that. And we can just save and quit straight to the top of GT, so we're not doing that. Here we go. We have 22 checks in here, none of which of these are going to be the GT big key. We might see another big key of bad sorts. The Hera big key, which I guess would be good, and the Swamp big key, which would be very, very bad. We do not want to see the Swamp big key.
And there's the vote for Magno.
Yeah, and that's go mode for Magno. And all he has left to do is desert. Those compass text boxes don't help. And there's that Hera big key. It is in GT.
You called that a while back that big key was going to be in there. That was going to lock the game.
Yeah, that was the thing that was going to hurt Illus the most, was that Hera big key being in GT. And unfortunately, it is, the progression to GT big key, can be in GT, because of course GT big key can be there. Silvers. Magno's not getting silvers. I mean, essentially, for Illus to still be in this, what has to happen? The third sword, the fourth sword that we don't know, needs to not be on Magno's path, so not in the upper part of GT. We got one piece of the puzzle. The silvers need to not be on Magno's path. He's not getting those. And Illus probably needs to go straight to Hera and follow that Hera big key that he picked up. And the reason why the silvers, the silvers are so important is it's just the Ganon fight on Master Sword Silverless is just really, really slow. And that buys Illus a little bit of extra time to do the checks he needs to do. Also, skipping Tile Room would be really good for him.
I don't see him skipping that.
I might. I mean, it's a slow check, and you've already cleared out the rest of it, so I could definitely see skipping that. Although we did have a seed earlier in this tournament where there's a small key to Hera, so more things pointing to Hera if you're Illus. But yeah, we have seen the GT big key in this mode in Tile Room.
That's so gross.
And Magno's not going to do any extra desert checks. Right, I'm not even sure what he did check that's got that one there. I mean, maybe he could still be looking for a sword. We know there's not one in here. But it's a tough call, You've got it's a de facto 7 checks in Hera in a much worse location, or 8 items in Meyer.
It's such a crazy day when Meyer is more easily accessible than Hera. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
from
actually
Ganon's Tower.
I mean, it's yeah, from Ganon's Tower. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And this is going to be the Tile Room check. You know, if you've ever seen, you know, essentially the GT Big Key is a worse ice rod because it can be so many more places than the ice rod when you need it can be.
Oh yeah.
Magno is going to do a couple of checks looking for that sword or the silvers. Maybe checks the torch. No, not gonna check the torch. Needs to go over to Stalfo's room to get anything useful. Okay, Illus, what are we choosing? He's running in the dark world. This could just be, yeah, this is the big bomb.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It's right here. You know, you're close to Ganon's tower with this check. Yeah, that last sword could absolutely be on the climb. I mean, the last sword is essentially, what have we not seen? Hera Big Chest and Basement, Misery Mire, and Climb. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, easily could find a sword on the climb.
Ooh, Ether Tablet as well. Illus has Ether Tablet up there too.
Yeah, so that would actually
might be
be
incentive.
Yeah, that'd be de facto 8 items if you go Hera. But again, it's so much further away.
Oh,
and now we have King's Tomb available. And that might be where he's headed right now. And this is kind of a roundabout way to get there, but without a flute or a safe quit spot in the area, I'm not sure there's a faster way to do this. Where are we going?
Is he checking Ped?
He's checking the bumper ledge. It's a small key. We don't care about small keys. Yeah, I mean, even if we do care about small keys, we can't get to it from this cave. We actually have to get to it from the light world, dark. What would normally be Death Mountain Ascent. This turns into the one end of Bumper Ledge, a Bumper Cave, and then you have to have a mirror to actually get the item.
I mean, it's just going to be a Mire key, isn't it?
It could be Thieves Town Small.
True. Okay, never mind.
I mean, whatever it is, we don't need it. You know, Magno on the Landmo 2 fight. All right, Ill's heading to the mountain, so Elise is making the correct decision, I assume. I don't know what else you'd be doing up here. Magno with very little magic is just going to use the lamp for most of these. Still, you know, with the pot here, you can have enough for the fire rod shot to finish it off. There's the big key to swamp. Well, it's going to start with Ether Tab. And there is a small key to Misery Mire.
Yeah, so that was Thieves Town Small.
Yeah, I think that's all that's left.
Ether.
Ether, we don't care about. It's just a bug net in the big chest. Alright, Magno in the Aga 2 fight. Ill's about to kill Moldorm for the big key that he's looking for. And this isn't over. This is a Master Sword Silver's fight. It's a long fight, and it's a difficult fight. So Magno's got to be able to execute to finish this seed. And we did not find a sword in the upper GT check, so I'm guessing sword in Harrow Basement, sword in most likely Misery Mire. Unfortunately, we don't actually ever get told that. Again, it doesn't tell us where the swords we're missing are, just where the silvers.
So process of elimination, it could be PED, Ether, Tablet,
We saw Ether, but Bombos, yeah.
Oh, that's right, Bombos.
But yeah, I mean, we'll never know.
Places.
Okay, into the Ganon fight. 52 spins, 12 each of the first 2 rounds, 4 in the 3rd round, 24 in the last round. No half magic. Not sure what his bottle situation is. I know he bought a blue at one point, but I think he might have used it. So I don't know if he still has one of those left. And we are now in the most difficult phase of this. And also Magno no cape, so he doesn't have the extra safety of the cape to be able to spin. It's the nice upper right corner spot. You do a lot of good damage here. You can also get damaged here if you're not careful. Magno, please. Okay. Gets through the hardest part. The rest of it's just, don't... I mean, you're... Let's say he's not likely to die, and it looked like that fire bat was just going to nail him, but it did not.
Illus is making his way up that tower very quickly.
I mean, he's got tempered and silver. He's got everything he could possibly want, except maybe half magic. And of course, did you find the arrows in my tower? No, Magno did not. But we did. Does get Torch Glitch. You do not want to miss Torch Glitch here. He doesn't really have enough magic to miss Torch Glitch if he doesn't have a refill anyway. I'm just going to switch to Fire Rod. Makes it easier to get triples, and in some cases the lamp just doesn't, depending on where the warp is, it's sometimes not possible to get a triple out of the lamp. Illus, of course, has no reason to make any of these checks up here. Magno just on 2 hearts, but again, shouldn't be taking any more damage at this point. And just, this illustrates just how long this fight is. But he does get him. And GG's to Magno, going to cross that bridge with an official race time of 1:54.42. And just before Illus is about to get into his Ganon fight. Right, Illus jumping in. We'll have a much easier Ganon fight. I say that he takes a hit, but, I mean, he's got plenty of health. And red mail. Pretty sure Illus still has his blue. If he needs it, but probably won't. They're already into phase 3. Yeah, chat saying he may have used it already. Again, probably not going to need it. Yeah, it's a very quick fight with all the goodies.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it still came pretty tight considering
very close.
how much Illus has checked.
Now, Illus is going to cross that bridge and finish with an official race time of 1:56.39. So GG's to Illus. Now, this is only game 1, so potentially 2 more games to be played between these 2 runners. Looks like they're both ready to join us. All right. And we do have Illus and Magno joining us. GG's. Magno, well done having to do that Master Sword Silverless Ganon fight.
Yeah, thank you. GG's to Illus.
GG, Magno.
I assume discussions were had, and Illus and Magno, what the big difference there was.
Well, I saw the last 10 minutes, so basically yes.
I didn't look at it, but Magno didn't do GT, so I assume he had the GT big key way earlier.
Yeah.
I did the mountain very late in the light world, and when I did it, I full cleared it to the point that I Hera potted Hera, and did the boss in the compass chest.
Yep.
Oh man, why couldn't it have been the big chest?
That would have been really good for you, Illus. Yeah, if it had been the big chest.
But yeah, I was in GT mode when I went up the mountain like a second time after the fire rod or something. So after TR, it was clear that I would just rush dungeons and just go.
Yeah, it didn't help you.
I wasn't exactly sure how well I fared, considering how late I was to the fire rod, which was kind of last location. I was late to the hammer too, and but I still didn't feel too terrible about it because the seed was just terrible all around, and really I figured that Magno would have similar troubles as I did, but it turned out at least the GT hunt or the GT big hunt was not something he had to do.
Yeah, that in the end was the biggest difference. That Hera big key being in GT didn't help.
Oh
yeah, I was slowly puzzling things together when I found that Hera big key, but I still couldn't leave GT for that, right? So I figured I would just go to Hera immediately after doing Pyramid Ferry.
So I guess you could see that my tilt level raised all the way throughout the seed, and I didn't want the lamp to be in Aga Tower because I wanted to do it in one trip, and
Oh yeah,
I
you
guess
go. We were both
I
waiting.
did the same. I did the same.
Yeah,
Okay,
you were
okay.
both waiting for that lamp to show up to do Aga Tower because the game gives you 2 Castle Tower small keys within the first 5-10 minutes. Like you know it's an Aga seed, but
I mean,
yeah.
I can do the tower in dark, having Zumaria or Hookshot or more than 3 hearts. I didn't
Yeah.
want to climb with 3 hearts, fighter sword, no lamp.
No
So I
one
did
does.
everything
And
else
then
before.
what if you're wrong, right? What if
Yeah.
you do it in the dark and then you just turn out to be wrong and it didn't actually turn out to be an Aga seed? I mean, it's
Right.
It's like this. It's usually an Aga seed. I would be very shocked, and I would gladly lose a seed in which this one is not an Aga seed.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely.
fair
I was
enough.
just looking for the lamp, but it never showed up. And then I have this good setup for crossing the Lionel bridge, but not if there's a Lionel shooting into my path, like from behind.
Yep.
And I said, okay, don't tilt, that can happen. And then it happened again.
Mhm.
And I mean, I was like, this is the next check I want to do. So I'm just gonna go back up, do it again. This is the check I want to do. But yeah, it didn't help. I was feeling 20 minutes behind after 21 minutes. So yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that I would be like too far behind because, as I said, it's like kind of a very annoying seed, and I tend to win my inverted matches. Sorry to sound arrogant. So it's I felt like if I was behind, it probably wasn't too much, but in the end, the GT Big Key hunt was the thing that.
Yeah, outside the GT big hunt, I would say Illus. Overall, you were mostly ahead, and then Magno goes and spikes that GT big key off of Moldorm, and it's like, because I didn't like the play. I'm like, you hadn't even gone to pod yet, which I know you were probably waiting for the bow and the big key, and then you're going into doing out of logic Hera, and you get the GT big key, and it's like, okay, so when does Illus ever do that? Like, I mean, what you needed Illus essentially was for the Hera big key to show up in Turtle Rock and the book to be in the big chest or something, so that you would be incentivized to go over there.
So I wanted to, I wanted my progression to lead to something. So I immediately followed every item I found, and yeah, I was happy that Trinex had the book and so on and so on. Like Argos had the Zumaria. And
it was such a bottleneck behind the fire rod. It was crazy.
Yep.
I had such bad luck against Coldster. I couldn't believe it. It was insane.
Well, you went in there with a fighter sword. That's tough. No, wait, no, the first time you went, you had the master sword.
So
you had the master sword,
yeah,
I guess, because you picked it up in ice.
In ice, yeah.
But still, that's a rough fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough fight with.
Still sad though, because I could have cleared Eastern and Pod earlier, and then I went to Pod with a bottle and a ferry, and I was like, yeah, I can do like so much in Pod, including the right side with a ferry revival, and then I did left side, and I was like, I don't want to go all the way back. I'm gonna death warp, and then, oh no, and then I was so mad because there was nothing, and the next thing in Kakariko was like 4 to 5 Pod small keys, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, I think you both got ferried in this seed.
I really had a brain lag. Like I knew that I was when I was running around with half a heart that I had the ferry, but I conveniently forgot it again in the back of Scarwoods. At least it didn't matter all that much, really.
Yeah, it's just annoying when that happens. I mean, I personally never get saved by my ferries. I only ever get screwed by them because I always forget. Yeah, so I assume you guys are going to also join in. I know there's a German restream.
Oh yeah, sure.
But before we but before we send you over there, anything else you'd like to add to the English speaking audience before we close it out.
Inverted. Inverted is great. Play more Inverted. Even though I lost.
Yeah, I think there's no. I think we're probably looking at Ambrosia for your next game, looking at your card stack. But
No.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I know. It's not my favorite either. But
Okay. GG's Illus, and thank you
GG.
for restreaming us or doing comms, doing tracking. I like you. I know you like to say nerven euch, so thank you for tracking nerven euch. And Jinxie Girl, Tracy,
Thank you.
tracking.
Thank you,
I don't know who
Nerven.
put on the restream, but yeah, just a big thank you to everyone involved.
Yeah, double restream is great. You feel very famous then.
I mean, it's international, right?
Right.
True.
All right. Thanks, guys. If you aren't already following these guys, go ahead and do so. Looks like Lana Bean has already put that command in the chat to follow them. I'd like to thank everybody. Jinxie Girl for joining me on commentary. It was a good time.
Yes,
glad we got to do it.
Tracy.
I'm going to go for it. And Nervendeutsch. Always the MVPs are trackers doing the hard work behind the scenes, clicking those buttons and keeping us honest. So really appreciate our trackers. And of course, all of you. Next races at 4:10, we have Tato versus Shady Force over on right here on SpeedGaming 2. At 6:10, we have Telethar versus Eridan. That'll be over on the ALTTP Randomizer channel. Also at 6:10 p.m. on SpeedGaming 3, we have Zelga Dasan versus Jay Misher. And finally, rounding out tonight's schedule, we have at 7:10, we have Vextifer versus Andy. That'll be a game 3 over also right here on the SpeedGaming 2. So yeah, I'd like to thank everybody again, and send you all. And we'll see you at the next one, and have a nice rest of your day.
See you later, guys.